I wanted to do a section on composition of functions. So what composition means is we're following one function with another one. So for example, we start out with an x, we apply some function f to it, that's going to give us a value called f of x. If I start here and apply a different function g to it, what I'm going to get is g of f of x, right? So the one function that goes directly from f, or directly from x to g of f of x, is called g circle f of x. So it says first you apply f, then you apply g. So we have a definite inside function and an outside function. So essentially there's four possible combinations for any two functions. You've got f circle g of x, which is f of g of x. You've got g circle f of x, which is g of f of x. So think about what we're doing here. This says first apply g and then apply f. The second one says first apply f and then apply g. And of course you can have the combinations that only use one function. You can have f circle f of x, which is f of x, and g circle g of x, which is g of x. So the other thing to realize is these are little tiny circles. This is like a degree marker, not like an O. So this is not fog, golf, foff, and gog. This is f circle g, g circle f circle f, and g circle g. So how do you actually go about evaluating these things? Now we had the idea that we are plugging one value into another. So the way to get a formula for it is to plug one function into the other. That is, to get f of g of x, we're going to write down the formula for f of x. And every place there's an x, we're going to replace x with g of x. So for example, suppose f of x is 2x plus 1 and g of x is x squared. So if I want to evaluate f of g of x, well, I know the formula for f looks like 2 times something plus 1, and so what as it goes in there? We're plugging in g, which is x squared, so I want 2 times g of x plus 1, which is 2 times x squared plus 1. So there's f of g of x. Alright, and again, what does that say? It says first square it, then double it, then add 1. Now if we're doing g of f of x, it should be the same two ideas but in the reverse order. It says first double it and add 1 and then square it, right? And you can get that as a formula. Your formula for g of x looks like something squared, and what goes in there is f of x. Now I know f of x is 2x plus 1, so I've got 2x plus 1 squared. So there's your formula for g circle f. Alright. Now the other two combinations, if I want f circle f, that is f of x. So that says I write down the formula for f, and then what I plug in there is, well, it's the formula for f. So it's 2x plus 1. So we can multiply that out. I get 4x plus 2 from this piece, plus this 1. So I should get 4x plus 3. And there's f of f. Alright. G circle g, that is g of x. So it says g of x, my outside function, is something squared. What I want to plug in there is g of x, which is x squared. So if I square something and square it again, what I have is a fourth power. So g circle g is just x to the fourth.